Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a quick Paragon guide. I am Sylphin. In this video we are taking a look at how to calculate the amount of CP that you have in your build for each attack speed, damage, and crit. And how do you use that with my recent DPS Calculator and Stat Optimizer spreadsheet. A lot of people have been asking, how do you count everything? How do you build it? I don't understand. What are the numbers, etc., etc. So this video is designed to help you make a deck, count up all the CP that you have, and kind of make sure that you have all of that squared away. Use the spreadsheet and then tweak your build for it to be optimal. That is what this video is about. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're going to start off with We're gonna go with Murdock just because I think he's the most popular hero probably at the moment, and we're gonna go here. So I suggest going for your endgame build first. What is your endgame 60 CP build? And really what I like to do is I like to go for those stats, cards that give us the most of that particular thing. So of all of these here, I like Spear the Rift Hunter because that gives you a ton of critical strike chance, a ton of attack speed. Your ward, obviously you need your life steal, and then we got our ward, crit chance, attack speed, our crit bonus, and then we get a flexible card, which is what we're going to want. Because we're not going to be able to get as much lifesteal and crit that we want on just these cards alone. So we're going to go for the Red Eye Nitro. It's a very, very nice flexible card for that attack speed and crit. Fury is very nice that way. And then some penetration, some basic pen here. As even though Murdock has his shred, you still, that shred only lasts for so long, you still want it. So there you guys go. That is, I start out with the framework of my build. Now, how do we tweak this? Well, I know that Murdock doesn't necessarily like attack speed too much. He gets a lot of it per hero level. He gets a lot of it naturally. So we can actually switch out this Whirling Wand for something that gives less attack speed. And that's this Windcarver Blade. I like this very much. It gives 1 point of attack speed, but mostly power. Now he does have the option for vicious kinetic, but we actually don't need that much kinetic. We just need 9, or well, we're gonna start off here with 3 brutal kinetics, and that's gonna be enough. We know that he doesn't need that much, so that's what I'm just guesstimating here. Now Spear the Rift Hunter, he does like his crit, so we're gonna go 3 major wounds in here to try to make sure that we have as much crit as possible. Now Red Eye Nitro, this is probably going to be a small point card, but let's make it a 6-point card just to make it easy in the math department. Guardian's Ward, we're going to keep that from the early game, so that's going to be a 6-point card. And now the rest has to be 12-point cards, right? My best deck structure video, go check that out if you want to make it nice and easy for you. Have some easy deck structure. So this is going to be a 6-point card, so we need this. So drain, lesser drain to make that a 12-point card. And this Rust Breaker, let's go with a Focus Pierce and 2 cast. So there you go. That's our deck structure. 4 12-point cards and 2 6-point cards. Now that we've done this, now that we kind of just guesstimated as to what the final build is going to be, now we need to add up all the CP's worth of value of all of our stats. CP's worth of value. You have to add it up. So for example, this Red Eye Nitro only cost me 2. It only cost me 2, but look at how much stats we get for it. We actually get 3, including the upgraded bonus. So it only cost me 2, but I actually get 3. You're adding up the value, not the cost. So for this Red Eye Nitro, we have let's go back into this easier view. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CP worth of crit and 2 of attack speed. When we do this for the whole build, we get a certain spread of ratios between damage, attack speed, and crit. So now that we've done that, what we go into our calculator and put the values beside. So when I go through the entire build, we have 22 CP's worth of points of power and penetration in the build. 22 in attack speed, we have 10, and critical strike chance we have 17. Now that adds up to 49 total points of value of damage oriented stats that we then go and put into here. 49 total value of damage stats in the build. Our calculator spits out the optimum ratio of these stats, and 21 power, 9 attack speed, and 19 critical strike chance. So we can see here, if we compare the numbers here, we actually get 1 less power, 1 less attack speed, and those 2 go into critical strike chance. So is there a way for us to take 1 from power, 1 from attack speed, and put it into critical strike chance? So now that we've gone through and added up the CP's worth of power, penetration, attack speed, and crit chance, we see we have 22 power and penetration, we have 12 CP's worth of attack speed, and 17 of critical strike chance. That all adds up to 51 total CP's worth of value of these damage oriented stats that then we put into this cell here. Manually input the sum total value of damage, attack speed, and crit without the crit bonus. We're not counting that in your final build. 51. The calculator calculates your max DPS, and the stat optimizer kind of spits out these values. So as we can see, when we compare these, we need 1 less power, 2 less attack speed, and those 3 go into critical strike chance. So when we go back into the build, is there a way for us to take 2 attack speed and 1 power and put it into critical strike chance? So it just so happens that this Red Eye Nitro has 2 attack speed on it. So that actually will work very well in order for us to kind of eliminate attack speed. So all that we have to do here in this Red Eye Nitro is take out that attack speed that's in the card, transfer it into critical strike chance. So this is a 6-point card. We're going to need another 6-point card that gives us 2, 4, 5, 6 points of crit. So what does that very nicely here? That is Spear of the Rift Hunter. This gives us 3 on the card, and then we simply go 3 minor wounds to get us that 6. Now you might be thinking, but that gives us 1 more power there. So we have to go through the build again and calculate everything and see if there's any way that we can take power from somewhere else. And then because we added power to a card that didn't have it, as you can see, you have to do this process over and over again to finally tweak the whole build. So now we have 18 crit, and we need 2 more. Now we know that we just added some power where there wasn't any, so we can take some out from power. Now what we're going to do is take 2 from the Restbreaker here and add it to this Rift Mage's Scepter. We're going to add this into the Major Wound, and now we're starting to change our best deck structure a little bit. We're changing it just a bit. Now we're probably over on the power department anyways, but now we have our 20 crit. Now our attack speed is fine. We know that we have 3, 6, 9, and 10, so that's fine. But now we have to add up our power and see if that is correct. And we are good. We have 21 power penetration, 10 attack speed, and 20 critical strike chance. Perfect. That is the optimum ratio here that we need to get a 687 DPS. Just insane. Attacking probably just a bit more than twice every second, or just, yeah, probably just about there, or just around 2 attacks every second. Critting for who knows what. It's going to be crazy. So now the last thing that I recommend is going back into your build and seeing if you can tweak around those 6, 9-point cards, 12-point cards. Try to kind of amalgamate some of those cards to make the transition to the late game easier. Now what we can do here is take one of this power from the Restbreaker, put it as a 1-point upgrade here in the Spear of the Rift Runner, take that 1-point wound, and then add it to this other wound. So basically, we're kind of taking 1 for this major cast, just to do into a strike, and then we're going to put that 1 point here in this minor wound, but then we're going to have to add that minor wound we took off to make this a 2-point wound. So basically right now we are at the 3 12-point cards, 2 9-point card structure, which is just fine. This really is kind of just fine, as now we can go into our early game. Now that we have made this nice and optimal, you can go into your early game, get all of your early consumables, and really that's really quite easy for Murdock. Really kind of what is super meta right now, a whole bunch of Madstone gems, as many as you can, with your early game, with your early game bump juice and 2 cast tokens, works quite nicely. Boom, there you go. Wonderful. You can get your bump juice, cast token, your Guardian's Ward, and three Madstone gems. Perfect going into your next 9-point cards. If you would like, I would go into the Hunger Maul and then Spear the Rift Hunter myself. But there you go. That is how you build the perfect deck, and I think this is super standard, super meta right now. I mean, the only thing with this Focus Pierce, maybe, I mean, you could maybe switch out this Focus Pierce for a major cast and then put that 2-point Pierce, just because you do have that shred. That's about the only change that I maybe would make here, as I think, personally, this is probably the best deck for Murdock. This is probably, in my opinion, the best deck. Some Drain, maybe it's not enough according to some people, but I mean, with the amount of DPS this baby kicks out, 600 DPS per, almost 700 DPS a second. What is this? This is 15% lifesteal. That's that's about 100 health per second you can get back. So there you go, guys. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully that makes sense when you are looking at the value and how to use that the spreadsheet. Hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know on this video. Send me an email, anything. Let me know if you have any questions, because I would really love to help. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, like it, dislike it. If you dislike it, share it with the community, guys. Of course, subscribe. If you found this useful or simply enjoyed it, please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.